2025 has come to an end. Holy cow, I felt like this year was never going to end. However, it also felt like it went really, really quickly. So much has happened this year. 2025 stretched me and felt like it had teeth. Like, I did so much this year. It tested every which way of my patience, of my strength, of my spirituality, right? My faith, like so much. Starting with buying the agency, January 1st, that was a huge kickoff to 2025.
And maybe you too.
We're out of business. We're out of business. Just keep those monthly checks coming.
That was something that I've been dreaming of one day, right? And we made that happen. And then 2 weeks into me owning the agency, we had the fires.
Officials had feared becoming a reality.
Massive wildfires continue to burn out of control around Los Angeles.
This morning, a massive and deadly wildfire emergency.
And that felt so heavy on me that I didn't even know what I was gonna do. We had about 40 houses burned down, clients calling upset, everybody was just in a panic. Like, it was absolutely insane. And then on top of that, we had carriers pulling out of the state. It was just absolutely insane. And I didn't know where I was going to go from there. I was really struggling with what the agency was going to do. Our team morale was a little down. We were having a hard time. Carriers were pulling out. Nobody was quoting new business. We lost a lot of business, so our sales tanked. Meanwhile, I just signed all these loans to buy the agency. So it was a lot happening in the first quarter of 2025. And then fast forward a little bit, my wife and I decided to uproot our family and move to Arizona. Original plan was to move the office myself and just get a few buddies to move some of the desks and stuff because we're not taking a lot of furniture. But with doing the house and everything else, my wife's like, just save yourself, save your own sanity, and just hire some movers. A lot of people ask me why we moved to Arizona, but a lot of it stemmed down to the business. The opportunities for insurance in Arizona are just far greater than California. While California has larger businesses, there's a lot of money in California, but the rules, the regulations, the laws, it was absolutely insane. That's why you're seeing a lot of people leave the state. It's just insane. And then to raise a family there, it was just so incredibly hard. So we decided to uproot and move to Gilbert. And honestly, we've been here since July. No regrets. It's been 100% amazing. We love every minute of it. We love our town. We love our friends we've made, our church. The business is doing well. We're just doing so much better. Financially, we're a lot stronger now because we can afford to live. It's just overall such a great, positive thing. It was a huge shift for us being both born and raised in Glendora. But we knew ultimately it was going to be better for our family. And so that's what we did. And our team rallied and they handled it with professionalism and grit. They bared all this change too. And, we had some hard conversations. I had to let a few people go. We hired a new employee here in Arizona. So we've had some hard stuff happen, of course, what comes with change. We had some financial stress. So there was a lot of hard that came with it. But I will say, and I said in my short video that I shared on my other social platforms, was I'm not playing a victim. I don't want to have that victim mindset. I learned so much this year. It matured me in so many ways. I learned so much. I grew. In all areas. It was amazing. I learned so much from our CPA this year about our taxes and our finances and what I need to prepare for next year. We went from having a loss in the agency to having a pretty big profit. So like, we accomplished a lot this year. And I say we because our team, I couldn't do this by myself. And my wife, she was super supportive. She handled the kids. We're homeschooling the kids now. We're keeping them a little more private, so I'm not really posting them much anymore. But we're homeschooling them. My wife can stay home with them. Like, overall, it's been such a blessing for us. Our faith and our relationship with God has gotten a lot stronger, as you could tell. Like, we're just more involved and we're more all in there. We met some great friends through our church. So just really thankful for everything that's happened this year. I wouldn't be where I am without it. As much as back then you asked me, like, I was being tested and I was being punished, right? What did I do wrong? But what it did was, I felt like God said, nope, we need to get you up to speed. You're taking over this business that's established. We need you to learn. We need you to learn fast. So we're going to throw you in the mud. And I think that's what it did. And we're slowly climbing out of the mud right now. And so when we get out of the mud and we're on the other side, I'm going to be able to appreciate it so much more because I got us from down here to up here. Truly. And then in that while, full transparency, I've always struggled with habits. My habits weren't always the best. I always joke with, like, I'm either 0 or 100. It's smoking was all or none, or vaping, or alcohol, right? Or marijuana, or whatever it was that I was doing. The habits weren't great. And I would kind of go back and forth. I'd go extreme with my fitness and I'd go all in for a good chunk of time and I'd see a huge result, and then I'd fall off and I'd go right back to how I was. And that's how I was when I moved here. I kind of, as much as I had a lot going on and I was managing it all, I started to fall back into some of those bad habits because I was stressed and I was overwhelmed. And I really had to kick myself out of it because we have a new baby coming and it's December 31st, and this baby's coming January 5th, Monday. And I knew that I had to get ahead of these habits prior to this. I didn't want to go into the new year and then start all this. So I kicked all this in November. I'm doing 75 hard again. This is my second time, and I'm taking it really seriously this time. I'm down almost 11 pounds. I've cut all the alcohol, no tobacco, no nothing. I'm 100% sober, which is the first time in a long time. I mean, I've been either smoking marijuana or cigarettes or tobacco or whatever it was, nicotine, since I was in high school. So this is the first time really that I'm fully embracing like the sober lifestyle. Thankfully I didn't get to a spot where it was detrimental to my health or to my family. Like, I didn't let it get that bad, but I knew it was starting and I was like, nope, I gotta nip this in the butt. We have passed it in my family with it. I've seen it do some really harmful things to my family. And so I was like, absolutely not. So I'm on day 33 of 75 hard. I'm feeling really great. And the momentum is just skyrocketing. Like, I'm feeling absolutely great. I don't miss it. I feel fabulous. It's been a win-win. It's been a wild, crazy year. The politics are out of control. Watching Charlie Kirk get assassinated, like, you name it. So many things happened this year that I'm just like, what the heck, man? All the while, I'm rebranding the agency of a 90-year-old agency. I'm going to Arkwell. Arkwell's now officially published. I'm super pumped on that. Follow their pages because Arkwell's going to be growing a lot in Arizona this year, and I'm so excited. Or this coming year, I'm so excited. But the one thing I learned from this, and I want to end it on this, is because this is just an update. This isn't anything like a tutorial. You're not going to get much from this, but if you follow me, you're kind of getting the inside scoop of what 2025 looked like for me. And I appreciate everybody that does follow or care. And it's probably not many of you, but we'll take it. But the last thing I wanted to say was what's kind of shifted my mindset, because a lot of people were like, how did you get so disciplined? Or like, what's helping you get through day in, day out, right? And that's just that. So every year, at the end of every year, everybody has a New Year's resolution. Everybody has this big goal for the new year. In 2026, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. In 2026, I'm going to work out 6 days a week. I'm going to cut out all fast food and all soda and blah, 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 blah. They have these massive goals for a year. February 1st comes around, they've already failed, right? It's no doubt, like, it's, everybody knows this. And I've learned, because I tried to do the same and I was struggling with it. And I am in this group and I have a mentor that taught us this, and it really shifted my mindset. And he said, it's not about the 1 year, the 5 year, the 10-year goal. It's about winning the 24-hour goal. Every day you have 24 hours that you have to get through. You have to win each day to progress through the year. If you win every single day, those days stack up and that momentum launches you forward, and the year takes care of itself. You can't look at a full year and say, I want to do all of these things. It's just your brain, our bodies aren't meant for that. You have to look at each individual day. And that's what I do. I wake up every morning and I go, okay, I got to work out. I got to drink my water. I got to have a healthy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I got to be present with my kids at some point. I got to be on my A game at work, right? I have a checklist. And if I win these power list items, these critical tasks that I have each and every day, no matter what else happens in the day, if I complete those, I know I won my day. If it's selling 2 policies, if it's spending an hour with my family, it's getting that workout in, it's right, drinking all my water, whatever that looks like, those critical tasks are that I have. If I complete those and I complete it by 2 o'clock, hey, I won the day. And each and every day I treat them like its own goal. And if I win today, I'm gonna win tomorrow. And so that's how I look at it, and that's how I've been able to reframe my mindset through this. So I'm not chasing a New Year's resolution this year. I'm chasing consistency. I'm chasing those day in and day out habits to win the day and win tomorrow and win the next day and propel forward each and every day. That's just, I'm fully convinced. I had this mindset shift about a month and a half ago. I've heard it a few times and, I was like, yeah, okay. But like, I really stuck to it. And it was like, okay, if I don't want to drink alcohol, even if I got a craving, maybe I'll do it tomorrow, but I'm going to win today by not. Tomorrow comes. I got to win tomorrow. I got to win today. Right. And so that's just the mindset shifts I've had. And with the business, I was so overwhelmed with the licensing and the rebrand change. And I have to talk to all these carriers and I got to do this and this and this. But let me win today. What do I have to do today? And I'll work on the rest tomorrow. And then I'll keep pushing forward. And now here we are at the end of the year and I've accomplished a lot. And so that's just something I've really learned, and I recommend trying and looking at your day. You looking, not 2026, not looking at it as a full year. Now you can have visions and you kind of know where you want to go, right? Long term, this is where I want to be, but day in and day out, what do I have to do? Versus just saying, I'm going to lose 100 pounds in a year. That's not going to work. We see it statistically, it never works. But anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I'm so grateful for everybody. I'm grateful for my team at Arkwell. I'm grateful for my family, my friends, you guys that watch these. So many people, and I'm going to be documenting more of my journey next year. I had a dear friend. Let me reframe that. It's not really a dear friend, but I knew him fairly well. A friend of a friend passed away. He was a vlogger. He was a YouTuber. He did so much. And he inspired me. He just passed in his sleep. He was young. And he always pushed everybody to create and just do the thing that you want to do. Document, create. So one day you can look back and go, man, do you remember those times? And I've always been about that. I've always been about documenting. I journal. I take Polaroids and I put them in my journal and I write about that moment, right? So whenever I'm old or whenever I die, my kids have my life, whether it's on video, photos, handwritten. I don't know what it's going to be like then. It's going to probably be me in a hologram telling these stories. But I always want to try to document as much as I can so I can look back. And I've already looked back at older videos that you've probably watched on YouTube of the fires last year, or me cleaning up that old office, like setting up that conference table. That was a huge accomplishment. And then I moved right after. But so I'm going to be documenting this more and more in 2026. I keep saying that, but I'm going to do it. And these are going to be raw and they're not going to have a ton of editing. And I hope that's okay. And if you don't like it, that's okay. But I'm going to share longer form, unedited, raw, genuine me building Arkwell, building my family up, and building a life in Arizona. I'm really excited for it, and I can't wait to share this journey with you guys. So follow along with that journey. These are gonna, like I said, they're gonna be more raw, uncut, behind the scenes clips of, not even clips, it's gonna be a video. I know before I had a lot more editing and music and text and all that. I'm done with all that. I want to just put stuff out there, and if you watch it, cool. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I have a ton of gratitude for everybody watching. But anyways, I'm wrapping this video up because it's getting long. It's at 13 minutes. I'm gonna have to cut up some of this. But thank you guys for watching. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Stay safe. Let's build out 2026. Stay disciplined, go in hard, and set that standard. Set that expectation of excellence and accomplish and win each and every day. Join me on this movement, and we'll catch you in the next video. Happy New Year. We'll see you next year.